Smackdown was just on the air, and let me tell you, it was a banger and a half. And we're going to cover all of that. But before we do, make sure you are subscribed with all notifications on, because you don't want to miss out on the juicy bits. WWE Smackdown got off to a very cool start because we had our new tag team champions, KO and Sami Zayn, come out to a thunderous applause because everyone loves these two. They're freaking awesome. They come out to the ring and, they're talking their talk a bit. But, of course, that's interrupted by the Usos and Solo because that's what the Bloodline does. They like to interrupt things. They like to come out and talk their own yin and yang. But then at the end of all this, you thought that maybe we could just have a little conversation. It's nothing wrong with having a debate, right? Sometimes it's good to communicate. But no, it always turns out to a fight. And of course, Riddle had to come down to even out the odds a bit. And when it was all said and done, it was the good guys standing in the ring because, well, they're obviously going to have a fight later on in the night, right? Starting off the show, it was LA Knight, yeah, and Xavier Woods going one-on-one, and this was a fun match. There was a lot of good action, a lot of good points. Xavier at one point had LA Knight in the middle of the ring slinging on the ropes, and he jumped all the way from one corner on top of freaking LA Knight, who was slung over, and then he freaking just tumbled inside the ring. It was a pretty cool spot. But one of the best things was the ending, because basically LA Knight decided he was going to attempt to get a little, holding the trunks action to get the W, and he got busted for it. But then Xavier rolled him up while he was freaking arguing with the ref about it, whatever. And then so he gets rolled up, and then Woods actually holds his trunks to get the W. Jessica didn't see it, who's the ref, by the way. She didn't see it. So he won by doing the same thing that freaking LA Knight attempted to do. It's kind of some type of karma or poetic justice, I guess. But LA Knight wasn't happy. And I gotta say, I'm not happy either, because I want LA Knight to get the W. It feels like all he does is takes L's. Even though it was a cheated way of, winning, he still took the L. The records are going to say he lost. So hopefully he can get some momentum coming soon, because LA Knight, yeah! Imperium is backstage and they're talking German, I'm guessing. I'm not that fluent in German. I can still count in German to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To all my German fans, cool. But yeah, look, they're back there talking, and then suddenly you hear that's right, Xavier Woods playing the freaking trumpet. And obviously Gunther wasn't impressed. Gunther's like, obviously you want my attention, but you do it in the most rude way and blah blah blah. And Xavier's like, yeah, because I think you've been holding the Intercontinental belt for too long, and I haven't had a shot at it. I've never had a shot at it. So I think it's time that the hottest free agent coming up in the draft has a chance to get that belt. So I think we're going to see that, and possibly at Backlash. What do you guys think? Is this a match you're looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. Escobar, Damian Priest added, representing the Judgment Day, representing LWO. These two freaking went to war, and let me tell you something. This was an awesome match. There were so many cool spots, so many things that just made you want to stay engaged. If you wanted to go to the bathroom, you would have held it, because that's how good this match was. But of course, there was the Judgment Day doing their little shenanigans outside the ring, causing interference, helping Damian get the edge, and eventually leading to Damian coming away with the W. But let me tell you something, it wasn't without having to pay the piper, because eventually it was Rey Mysterio that came out to, again, a very thunderous applause, and he freaking took it to them. He freaking got even some nice licks on his son, which was good to see. He's not holding back anymore. He's not feeling like I ain't hitting my son. He's hitting him all the time now. You know, when you say it out loud, it just still doesn't sound quite right, does it? Also, shout out to Selena, man. She's been bringing it to Rhea. I think they're going to have definitely some type of one-on-one action coming very soon as well. Maybe at Backlash. I think Backlash, we're going to see a lot of really cool matches happen. But this was just, you know, so much fun seeing the LWO now. I think this is much better fit. The name is better, it's cooler. I think their attitude, all of them being on the same page with Ray as part of the group, I think it's so cool, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the crowd's enjoying it too. And also the Judgment Day is just, you know, the Judgment Day, so they're always going to be a fun time. And the storyline between Ray and his dad seems to still be a very strong one that is enjoyable. So hey man, I'm enjoying this. I hope you are too.
That's what she said.
The Bloodline's backstage, and Paul Heyman is doing one of his fantastic super promos again, but this time he's preaching. He's taking them to church. He's like, look, when you embarrass us, it's not just us you're embarrassing, and he starts naming off all the freaking clan. He's naming off Rikishi and everybody to Solo. He's saying all this stuff. I guess he's attempting to get him really pumped up for his match. And yeah, because by the way, they decided to make it Solo against Riddle in the main event, so we're not getting that 3-on-3 that I thought we might get. But nah, they're gonna save that for another time, obviously. But this was very cool, this promo, because finally Solo speaks, and Solo says, "Tell the tribal chief I got this." Like, that's how he sounded, all like it was like some scary, like quiet, scary, like, you know, hello, Mikey. But it was like just, it was scary. It wasn't like really loud like that. It was a different scary, like a soft scariness. It was very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, he spoke. And that's what I think we're all going to remember tonight from the whole show. Solo spoke. I mean, this might be the high point of freaking SmackDown. Seriously, Solo spoke. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about Solo speaking. Does he lose any of his scariness, or the way that he actually spoke, did it make him scarier? Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez having a little bit of a celebration in the ring was great to see. They even had pyro. So you know, when you got the pyro and the red carpet and you're celebrating, well, you know something's going to go down. And that's exactly what happened, because Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green decided to come down and do a little bit of their own complaining, as they do. And they want their opportunity, of course, because everyone is now going to come at Liv, at Raquel. They've got targets painted on them the size of a freaking blimp, because that's what happens when you're wearing that gold around your waist. So, of course, all hell breaks out in the ring. Of course, it is the good guys standing victorious in this particular scenario, because, hey, you gotta let them have their moment in the limelight. But it also looks like we're going to be getting them in a title match. Probably at Backlash. I'm going to just say everything's at Backlash, because I think that's the next big pay-per-view coming up. But who knows? We might even get this on SmackDown next week. So time will tell. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see a match between these teams here? Or are you kind of like, could have done without that? I don't know. It's going to be fun, though, regardless, because, hey, lots happening, man. This is draft season. And when it's draft season, you never know what's going to happen.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Shinsuke Nakamura returned, and without the help of his guitar buddy, nowhere to be seen, but that's fine, because he was able to come out looking like one of the X-Men. I mean, he looked so good. He had the black with the white theme. He looked like a superhero, came out like a superhero, and his theme was a little bit modified, but I think it's maybe also, I haven't heard in a while, so it just sounded fresh. But it was really awesome to see Shinsuke back in the ring again. And let me tell you guys, he freaking got a huge amount of love from everyone. I think that Shinsuke is so underrated, and I'm hoping that he gets a chance for some gold in the near future now that he's back again. But of course, Madcap Moss had an idea of how he wanted things to go. Madcap wanted to walk away with the W. Emma, his girl, by his side. They like, you got this. You got to make a good outing for the draft and all that. Everyone's trying to impress now. It's draft season, like I said. So everyone's putting on their A game, man. They're bringing it. Except Madcap didn't bring it enough because basically Shinsuke squashed him faster than it takes for you to go to Mickey D's and get your order from the freaking delivery there, like in the drive-thru. That's how fast he got squashed. Like, boom. It was just like, boom, boom, boom. It was a quick match. And then Madcap had the audacity to be annoyed by being beat so quick. So he goes after him, and then he ends up getting messed up again. So Shinsuke just looked like a beast, and Madcap, not so much. So that was fun, though. I mean, look, hey, Shinsuke just came back. Let him get some love and let him get some wins, some limelight. I like it. It was fun, quick, but fun. Shinsuke's got some dark times ahead of him, though, some really hard times, because Karrion Kross pulled the card and it had Shinsuke on it. So I think that Shinsuke's in trouble because Karrion Kross went tick tock. Uh-oh, Lord have mercy. Shinsuke, you better run for your life. The main event, Solo, Riddle, the one we've been waiting for. It is going down, and let me tell you, it went down in a very cool fashion. Not just because these two know how to blow in the ring, you know they're going to bring it, but it was what happened at the start of the match that made it that much more juicier, because Paul Heyman and the Usos are there with Solo, KO and Sammy are there with Riddle, and this is what Paul Heyman had to say that absolutely shook up everything for the rest of the night, because he said in 2 weeks, the rematch is going down, the rematch of dreams. The Usos are going to have a shot to get those belts back that they held for a very, 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 very long time. And yep, you're going to need sirens. You're going to need sirens because they're going to be bringing it. They're going to be bringing the pain. Someone might end up in the hospital. They're getting those sirens ready already. You could hear them just pass by right now. So it's going to be a fantastic match. But the rematch is one thing, but the freaking issues within the bloodline is another. Paul Heyman pointing them out very clearly when he just cleverly, so smoothly, so subtly had this to say. He said, yeah, Usos, I'm sure you will win. You're going to win because the tribal chief is losing his patience with you. See what I did there? With you. Because that's what he did. He's pointing at KO and Sammy, but he's staring at the Usos. That was so well done. Oh my gosh, dude. That was just so smooth. And look, that is just the reality. We know that something's going down. They have a bit of unrest in the family there. And I'm telling you right now, guys, it's going to be a doozy when all hell breaks loose finally. And great storytelling, as we've seen. This has been just fantastic, and it's just added to this whole experience. I've loved it. I'm sure you guys have loved it. But this was a match to love as well. At one point, the ref decided to send KO, Sammy, the Usos backstage to make this a fair one-on-one fight, which was great. So finally, we're going to get a fair match, right? No, not really, because the Usos defied what the ref said and decided to come back down. And then Sammy and KO came back down. Of course, all hell breaks loose between them. I mean, they're going to town. And this caused a perfect distraction for Solo to do his Samoan spike and get the W against Riddle. So, yeah, I guess the story's not over between them, definitely. I think there's going to be something more happening and going down. And I can't wait to see what happens next, guys. This has been so juicy, so good. Let me know what you guys think, though. Are you excited about the Usos getting a rematch? Are you excited about Riddle and Solo? And don't forget, guys, this is not the beginning of the story between Solo and Riddle. I know some people might be a little confused if you weren't paying attention or watching along or missed that particular episode. But the reason Riddle's been out story-wise is because Solo freaking destroyed him back like 4 months ago or something, man. So this is a continuation of a story, long-term storytelling, man. WWE is freaking just nailing that lately. It's been fantastic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It was an interesting episode. It feels like it went by way too fast. Not a lot happened really in the big scheme of things. There's a lot of announcements for a lot of matches that are going to happen next week. You know, they promoted a lot of tag team championship match, freaking intercontinental match. There's all this stuff going on next week. But this week, it was kind of just a more laid-back, chilled show. Went by way too quick, I felt. And there was no ladies... well, yeah, not all. There was no women's matches at all to be had. There was just that little celebration thing, and that was it, man. So, yeah, guys, it was kind of an interesting show. But that being said, I still had a good time because, hey, I'm a massive WWE fan. And they make these shows knowing that they can do as little as they want, and people like me will still enjoy it. So, that being said, if I was rating today, I'm going to say today's show, because there was a couple things that I wanted to happen that didn't, mainly being the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, freaking give me a rabbit, something, as I keep saying, I want something. Give me a little static, something, flicker, let something happen. The lights dim out for a second. I need that in my life. And so I'm going to give it an 8.25439. Yeah, that sounds about fair. So let me know what you guys thought of tonight's SmackDown. Keep it locked and make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on. And yeah, that thumbs up apparently helps. So they say. I don't know. I love you guys. As always, remember to fullest, keep it off tap. We're out.
I'm falling. Tell me